Spitt podcast. Hey. Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy Trippy Tribbitt in the building.
Indigo Child.
Yeah. He like the goat child.
Indigo.
Indigo. Look, it just sounds like I'm the goat child.
Yeah.
It's Indigo, y'all. That's what it sounded like, though. All right. So let's go into you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Where you from?
I'm actually born in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm from Ohio, though. I moved down here from Ohio.
Okay. Oh, damn, you. Okay. So you was in Kentucky? I mean, so you.
Yeah, no, I never lived there. I was just born there, but I really lived like my whole life in Ohio.
Oh, okay. What part?
Like southern tip, like very southern tip of Ohio that borders West Virginia, down there at the very bottom, like 3 hours south of like Columbus, Cincinnati area. 3 hours south of there.
I know about Cincinnati. I don't know about the Columbus and shit like that. You know, I don't dib and dab in Ohio. I just know about Cleveland.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
You got Ohio State and Columbus.
Yeah, I ain't going up there.
Yeah.
It's cold as hell up there. It's over.
Yeah, thanks.
Man.
How long you been down here?
So like a year for real. Yeah.
Okay.
Right at a year.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's really tough down here for real because of like the music scene just be popping. Like from where I come from, there wasn't nothing. Like there really wasn't anything to get into as far as music wise. Like down here, just a lot more resources. It's like flooded with just videographers, different shows, different connects, networking opportunities. A lot of that down here, so it's real convenient for sure.
What made you move then? Like,
really, what made me move here was just like my job, like my career. We just had an office open up down here. Needed some people to transfer, and I wanted to get out of like the small hometown that I was in. So I just came down here really for work. But then it just became like, well, this is also a good spot for music. So like it's a double sided
yeah.
fire.
So how old are you?
21.
21. Man, you're young as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So what did 2019?
Yeah, I graduated in 2019.
Shit. God damn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what high school you went to, but shit, you could shot your high school out.
Yeah, I went to South Point, Ohio, like named after like I was talking about Southern Point, South Point, yeah.
How was it? How was the high school life?
I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't really see too many high schools, so I mean, I can't really. I mean, I don't know, but that was the only high school I went to. But I mean, like it was chill, like same kind of like friend groups and categories and stuff. It was small. I can say it was small, and there was probably like 6 black people in the school.
Yeah, so it was like it's like a movie shit. Like when we see, because our high schools down here, they ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like
They more majority dominant black.
They ghetto.
Yeah.
They ghetto. They trying to put it in a good way, shit. Shit, I graduated from Mississippi School. Nah, shout out to Mississippi School.
How was it? What was that like?
What was like?
Going to a school with just 6 black people.
I mean, it was kind of. I mean, I guess it was kind of weird, like a little bit. Whenever I think about it.
Hate Chris Reard or?
Huh?
Everybody hate Chris Reard or?
Oh. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That was one of my favorite shows growing up. Dead ass. But no, not that weird. Not that crazy. That was some shit for
crazy.
sure. But
I was a whole adult when this show came out.
yeah, no, I was in like middle school and that shit. Yeah.
My God damn.
Everybody hates Chris. Shout out. Yeah.
So, any kids?
Nah.
Dating?
Yeah.
He was slow with it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Hey, shout out to you, because I ain't even gonna ask him who you is. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go into how long you been rapping. Oh, well, you just rap. What you like?
Just been making music, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
you
like,
are.
really though, honestly, like, so lyrics though, like vocals, rapping and stuff, because I did start like doing the vocals as like, rapping, but that was like 2016. So, whatever that is, 2016, 17, more like 2017, I'd say.
Okay.
Because I was about 16, 17 years old, so yeah. And then started music though, I was about 12 years old. So like 2013, I actually started making music. I started as a producer though, so like I started making beats, and I was actually into like EDM. So like you can kind of, when we listen to my music, you'll be able to like hear like kind of why I have the taste and like stuff like that. But I made like dubstep and like EDM type beats and stuff like that at like 12, 13, and then once I like hit the confidence and like the maturity enough to like put my voice on it, because when you gotta like I was waiting on hitting puberty first, because I sound like a like nerdy little kid on there for real. So I just had to, you know, I was making beats for my friends and I would just wait on it. But then I started recording like at 16, 17.
So do you engineer yourself?
Yeah. So being a producer like that young, I learned the software and stuff like the back of my hand, like before I even started recording. So I already knew the software enough to just pick up on the mixing and engineering part pretty easily. So I've never recorded at a studio before.
Okay. Well, so what's your tag? Like most producers have a tag. Do you have a tag on your beats? So how they go?
Well, really, not gonna lie, like I kind of experimented with different tags, but I didn't really use them too much. And I really honestly kind of switched to just like I was producing. Then once I got into like, you know, putting lyrics on my own songs, I just really kind of transitioned to that, just the efficiency, the time, and just I buy the leases and stuff. You know, I got producers on deck too. So
yeah. So what's your favorite? Like what would be your favorite type of beat to make?
I mean, back when I was doing it, I'd say like. Really, it's depending like the artist I was making it for at first, but then like as far as the EDM stuff, I just was producing like if you ever heard of like, you know, like kind of like some house music for real, but also like Skrillex, I fuck with that, and like Martin Garrix and like, you know, stuff like that. But that's what I was producing. But now I'd say like if I was gonna make a beat right now, it'd be like some like Marshmello, Juice WRLD, or like some Yeet type beats, like like some hyper pop, like some
Yeah. What? So I guess what's your type? What's the easiest? You know, what's the easiest type of beat to make? For you, anyway.
It's honestly been a minute since I really sat down and made a beat, but Juice WRLD beats, like Juice WRLD style beats, like just kind of like a simple, but like got a little melody in the back. Those are pretty easy. Those are pretty simple.
What you call it, hyper pop?
Nah, that was more like that's more like Midwest or like Playboy Cardi or like Yeet. Like Yeet, the new one's blowing up, but like Juice WRLD beats, that's my favorite artist, but those beats are pretty simple. I've made a few like beats kind of like that, like how his style.
Okay, and so Juice WRLD being your favorite, like, so who inspired you?
Yeah, Juice WRLD for sure. Yeah, R.I.P. Juice. That was.
Rest in peace, Juice.
Yeah, for sure.
Rest in peace. So you pretty much went towards his style when you start making music.
Yeah. He's definitely, you know, super talented in that genre for sure. He definitely opened the gateway for people being able to like get into that genre. Like alternative hip hop wasn't really like, you know, now it's like mainstream, but like, you know, Juice WRLD kind of really opened the door for that for sure.
Yeah, I think it was just a whole different type of vibe when he came out. It was just like he brought a new style.
Yeah, he brought a whole new world to it.
And people don't give him his flowers for that either, but he did bring a new style when he came out. So we jump into the song. First song you ever made. To go to the first song you ever made.
First song I ever made. Sheesh. I mean, okay, yeah. First song I ever produced and released is called. I'm pretty sure it's called Velocity or Tranquility, one of the two. But it's still on SoundCloud. I kept it just because it was like the first song I ever like produced and put out. So I was like, it's still pretty hard. But and then like the first song I recorded, I want to say is like on the very first EP that I dropped. Like it's called like Stuck in My Ways. That's probably like one of the first one. Yeah. See, Stuck in My Ways. Just don't care what you think. It was something like that. Yeah.
I fuck with you. My favorite artist got a song called Stuck in My Ways, so I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever heard of Fora, but it might be going off.
That was the first platform you dropped on? SoundCloud?
Yeah, SoundCloud for sure.
Oh yeah. Where all your other music at now?
Oh, it's on all platforms now. Yeah.
Okay.
Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Amazon, Deezer.
Okay, man, everywhere. All platforms. What you done? Like, quit playing with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
YouTube for sure.
Yeah. So
Vivo.
I gotta say, hey, if you got a Vivo, you doing something though. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say it right though. Okay, so you with R&R management. My bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I almost got my ass whooped. Yeah. Hold on, management, come on. R&R management. Yeah. Yeah, y'all welcome the CEO of R&R management. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Y'all know I'm short. What's up, y'all? This is Renee Reed, CEO of R&R Management. We have my artist here, Indigo Child,
Ah,
doing this
yeah.
thing out here.
Shout out to Renee.
Gotta stay on 'em.
Hey, just to let y'all know, she been on my ass the whole time we been here. So yeah,
Sure have.
that's the type of management you need. Like,
And won't continue.
Yeah, that's what
come on,
she
it's time.
Yeah,
It
get it done.
is. That's
Yeah.
what managers do.
Trap.
Like she been on her shit all the whole time.
How long you been managing?
I'm gonna say I
How long you been managing him?
I'd say about 3 months.
Yeah, maybe about that.
About 3 months.
3 or 4.
I met Indigo at High Tone, actually.
Oh wow.
I went there
Okay.
with the team. As they know, we go as all of us. We show up. Every last one of us, we show up
Deep.
for every show. We show up deep every time. That's how I roll. That's how we roll. That's how it's gonna always be. And we showed up with the team. They all had a show, and he came and he did his show. And of course, I'm the kind of person that I don't just listen to the music, because the music will get you lost in what they're saying. Sometimes you can't hear what they're saying, and sometimes what they're saying don't make no sense whatsoever. But that beat be knocking.
Ah,
So
yeah.
that's how a lot of these artists get out here. They had that beat be knocking, but when you paying attention to them, they ain't really talking about nothing.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to music, I pay attention to what they're saying. I block out the music.
Right.
And he was on one. He was up there doing his thing, and I enjoyed his energy. I love what he was saying, and I love what he represented. Outside of the fact that I'm from the Midwest myself, well, Pacific Northwest, from Seattle. So hearing that,
That's tough.
hearing
Yeah,
that
it's
really took
crazy.
me back to my teenage years. And I was like, I'm feeling it. So I approached him, and I did what I do.
And that was dead on
That
that.
was that on that.
So how many times have you hit a stage before that night?
Hit a stage before that night.
Yeah.
Probably like 3, 2
Okay.
or 3 shows. I probably had like 3 shows probably before
You fuck
that.
with
3 or
you fuck
4.
with the performance part of it.
Yeah, I love performing for sure. Yeah,
Ah, yeah.
I definitely, that's definitely a vibe for sure. That's
I
fun.
feel you. My knees be hurting when I perform. So
Stay out of
Yeah, no, I'll be going crazy. Crowd
Man,
pleaser
like
for
you
sure.
need gonna last forever.
hey, look, good
Gonna be
knees,
the
good
main
knees.
one in the doctor. I got arthritis. I need a shot.
Nope. R&R management, don't come for me today.
Already.
Y'all, shout out to her. We got that type of relationship. Y'all, just to let y'all know, it's like my sisters. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her, because she do help co-manage me also. So that. Thank you.
You welcome.
Talk about your latest song. Like, what's your latest song? The most recent.
I just dropped the EP. Yeah, my latest. I dropped a project. Just like Wiz was talking about. His last song was an EP. I just dropped the EP on the 11th,
Okay.
November 11th. So 11/11, 22, 11/11 equals 22. After Dark is what the EP is called. Though it's on all platforms. Called After Dark. Yeah.
I like that name. It made me tune in.
All
Yeah, After Dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
get to know me a little bit.
All platforms. He
Yeah.
just told us every platform.
Yeah, all of
Every
them. And then
platform.
some. And then the ones after that.
Indigo
Yeah.
underscore child, you'll find them.
Yeah, you'll find it.
So do you have any unreleased songs?
Yeah, I got hella unreleased songs.
Okay.
I'll be popping stuff out for sure. Yeah, I'm ready to drop another album for real.
Okay. So what? Or you want? I don't know if you want to keep it secret, but you got a name for your upcoming project?
Not yet, nah. But I'm.
It's not up for discussion.
Yeah. That's yeah. It's
That's a good name for a project.
That is hard, actually. Let's keep that. Write that down.
Yeah,
write that
not
down.
up for the end of discussion.
Yeah, that shit hard.
Yeah.
But nah.
All right. So most of your freestyle, right? How you
Punch in.
Punch
So
in.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just come up with some stuff on top of my head and then click record it. I can do that with like a whole verse though, for real. Just like I come up with it right there, like, and then I just record it. And then same with like the hook, I'll just kind of come up with it right there. Or sometimes I'll just be listening to a beat in the car, and then I'll be like, when I get home, I'm finna record this, and then just record it when I get there, and then mix and master it a little bit. Yeah.
So your mind operate where you can like keep it in your head? Cause I make up something in the car.
I mean, my
over.
voice memos is deep. Like my voice memos app, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
It's deep for sure. But like I remember a lot of stuff if it's catchy enough, because that's what I'm really about is like catchy hooks.
Mm-hmm.
That anyone's gonna remember the first time they hear it anyway. So like I want to be able to. But yeah, my voice memos, I'll just start recording it in the car or something like that, or wherever I'm at, and get back to the studio and record it when I get a chance.
Okay, so I can't say how often you go to the studio because it sounds like you got the studio in your house. So how often do you record?
Really just depends. Like shit, I'll get off like lunch break or something and go record real quick, like off of work. Like
Damn, that's real.
yeah, like I'll be at
challenge.
work. Yeah, I'll be at the office, over lunch because I get a little time over lunch. So I'll just slide to the crib real quick, drop a couple bars and come back.
Yeah,
And then on the weekends, I'll definitely get it in for a good.
Nah, it sounds like a lot of
portion.
passion behind it. 'Cause it's like
I
for you
gotta
to
get
going.
it done
Yeah,
for sure.
One thing about having an in-house studio, man, you ain't never got to worry about not recording.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got this shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So, what would you say be your biggest challenge when it comes down to doing music?
Biggest challenge.
Working with Renee. I feel you.
Nah. I'd say, I mean, at first, I'm not gonna lie, my biggest challenge was like recording in front of people because I had never, like I said, been to a studio or had to have anyone else do it for me. I've always like, whenever I first recorded, I had done it on my own. So like, I was always alone when I was making music. So then like, if I had somebody over or like in front of my girl or something at first, like, I was like afraid to like, you know what I mean? That was the first one, but I mean like occasional writer's block, I guess, just trying to come up with something that's really gonna hit, and then, that's really it. I guess being consistent at first too, like, cause I was really, with the work full time, job and stuff, just kind of find the time to record, I guess. But then once you just kind of organize and prioritize, you'll definitely, I've worked on that one. I came a long way with that one for sure. So,
Okay. Well, what emotions would you make your audience feel? Listen to your music.
Like kind of uplifted, a little bit of motivated, and just like, because I talk about like how we're, it's a grind. Like what I do is a grind. So I talk about that a lot. I talk about that a lot in the music and spiritual stuff too. And like just wanting the audience to feel connected, like as far as relatable, stuff like that, stuff people can really vibe with and be like, yeah, this made me feel better, or like I felt like that before.
Okay. So with your video of the week, what type of emotion you gonna take us through with that one?
That one's just like get straight to that bag.
Yeah.
Get straight to that bag.
With that being said, I'm gonna let him introduce the video of the week. Let's go.
Yeah, video's Whoa Way, single on all platforms. It got like 50,000 streams and then like 30,000 on YouTube views. So
Oh yeah, we out there. Yeah. Hey, let's see why this motherfucker got 30,000. Let's go. Woo!
You can't have a combo with me till you get your cash straight. You ain't talking about no money, get the fuck out my face. If you ain't talking about no money, get the fuck out my face. You can't have a combo with me till you get your cash straight. I just caught the bills, wait till I switch to that Rolls Royce. Get straight to that bag and I flip that bitch in one day. Yeah, cop the biz, now you can't cash up. Wait till I pull up in a Phantom. Get straight to that bag, whoa. Don't even check the tag no more. My foreign too fast, 200 on the dash, whoa. They ain't know back then, but now they know that I'm about my shit, don't give a fuck about no hoe. Working like a bitch non-stop, I know. At least I can say I'll never go broke no more. Made my first 100 racks on an iPhone. No handouts, did this shit all on my own. Whoa, hey, if you ain't talking about no money, get the fuck out my face. you can't fuck with me, I'm doing my own thing. Fuck the ops, fuck the lames, and I can't hang around no snakes. You know, you won't forget me. You know, you can't catch me. Yeah, it's strictly business till I got M's in the bank. I'ma get straight to this bread, but I'll never change. On the grind, on the come up, I'ma do my thing. Why these haters talking shit because we ain't the same? Do what I want, yeah, I don't give a fuck, ayy. Do what I want, watch me run it up. Do what I want, yeah, bitch, I get it done, ayy. Do what I want, yeah, cause I'm just having fun, ayy. Whoa, ayy. If you ain't talking about no money, get the fuck out my face. Whoa, ayy. You can't have a combo with me till you get your cash straight. Whoa, ayy. I just caught the bills, wait till I switch to that Rolls Royce. Whoa, ayy. Get straight to that bag and I flip that bitch in one day.
Hey, that was video. We out over there. Yo, what you say? If you ain't got no money, you can get the fuck out my face. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you talking about? My bad, I got a little cold. That's why we got our hoods up. Yeah, it's icebox with my heart. Nah, just playing. Yeah, man. Hey, that was a dope ass video. I can say this one of the best videos that I've seen in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, shout out Wolf Productions for sure. He
I
did his
showed
thing on that shit.
Who shot this jump? Where you shooting it?
Just downtown Memphis, like close to like the pyramid for real. And I was just like, I was like, you know where a parking garage is or something like that? He's like, yeah, I got a couple spots. Follow me. And I just followed him to the spot, and it was fire.
Yeah, y'all turned that.
And he showed me the abandoned warehouse. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I like your diverse sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you do music like that. You don't like talk about other music that you go into.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
other genres that you go into other than.
Yeah, for sure. So I've always I've always been like experimental and everything. So I've really tried out like just about every genre, and it's all pretty fun to make. Cause I just always have loved music, like in general. Like since a kid, I never really like. When I first got into music, I really didn't have a preference in what genre I got into. I just wanted to be a part of it, So I've done some punk rock songs. I've done like some like actual, rap, like some Chicago or like Memphis like beats and stuff. I've done some of those. I've done like, like some pop, some hip hop, alternative pop, alternative hip hop, of course. Yeah. Just about a little bit of everything for sure, except for like country and jazz. I ain't really gotten to that yet, but
hey, that jazz sounds something serious. But okay, you like your sound so different, but also your name Indigo. So where that name come from? Because you don't hear that too many people. You know what I'm saying? Where that name come from?
Yeah, for sure. So like the meaning of that, like if you ever did any kind of like research on like spirituality and stuff like that, that's where I got it from. So like. Originally though, like kind of where I, how that started was just, being at a certain point, I was down bad at a certain point, just kind of like in the lowest point in my life, kind of, like it was at rock bottom for real. And I just kind of got introduced to spirituality kind of around that time, and it really just changed a lot for me. And my whole life kind of changed from there. So I just really took that serious, and I was like, I changed my name. I had a different name before that, but then I was like, that has a little more meaning to it, and it means something to me. Because, like, if you look it up, it's just like, it's like a Indigo Child. It's just like basically the definition is like a child that's, born with, like, spiritual, properties or abilities and things like that. It's like a spiritual kind of elevated being is what that kind of is. But
deep ass meaning behind it.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, that's hard for sure, because I just picked up on a lot of the characteristics and stuff of like the definition. So I just felt like it fit me. So
and a lot of names that come out is like childhood names or something like that, or they get that name from the hood. So for you to have like real meaning behind it, there's a lot. There's diversity in the artist and his name. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with that. Going back to the video, what was your favorite part of the video?
Favorite part of the video, I mean, it was all gas, but I really fuck with the abandoned warehouse with like the strobe lights.
Yeah.
Like it was.
I was fucking with that part too.
Yeah,
like,
it was just crazy. Like it was just like intense. Like it's just like right in your face, a bunch of just everything going on. So like,
because you was going out, you got.
That's what I like. I like that, just like in your face, like just going crazy.
I fuck with it. You gave me like NLE Chopper vibes in there, like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't see it. Yeah, he gave me like when he was dancing with the light and shit. Yeah, he gave me like NLE Chopper, like you was dead turn.
Yeah.
You listen to NLE?
Yeah.
Oh.
I fucked with NLE especially. I've always fucked with him for sure. But he was like one of my favorites for like a minute, like a while back when he first popped off when I was still in school and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I fucked with him.
So what inspired you, like the song for Video of the Week, what inspired this song?
That's just, that one's popping for real. I mean, it's hot and the video's just hard. It really complements it, and I just, that's the one I'm just pushing right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to run it up.
I feel
And
you.
I just feel like a lot of different categories, a lot of different audiences can vibe with that one. So,
So when it came down to location of the video, did that was all that was your idea, right?
Let's see. I definitely thought of I didn't know where they were, but I was like, do you know of like a abandoned warehouse, a parking garage? We could find one of those. So I just, it's pretty simple. That's like the first thing that came to my mind though. Whenever I knew I wanted to get an abandoned warehouse though for sure, because I know that those are fire. I used to like exploring them and like, I used to, as a kid, just explore random shit, and I always knew those were fire. So.
I ain't like you turned in that motherfucker like the video would make me be like, damn, let me go. I'll watch that motherfucker again. Then the song really catch you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of the people that listen to all type of music, so it's like the song really catch you. So I was fucking with the video when you got like you like just turn. I was like, okay,
turn it up, yeah.
But I can imagine that's how your performances be, right? Like, yeah, all you gotta do is, learn how to dip a little bit. I promise you're gonna be straight.
Yeah, thanks. I think so. Renee shaking her head. Yeah. She said that's not happening. All
right.
Probably not.
So with like as far as like artists that's coming up or anything like that, with your experience in the game, what type of advice would you give them at this point? Like people that want to start rapping or want to start like singing anything, what advice would you give them?
I'll give them. I'd say just because this is really like goes for anything. Like if you want to be successful in something, like you gotta bring value to the table. So like if there's a lot of different like, options, like supply and demand. Think of something that's like kind of different, or you can't really set a trend if you how's that saying go? If you can't set a trend, you can't. If you're following a trend, you can't set a trend, something like that. But anyway, just thinking of outside the box a little bit, like what's something that hasn't maybe been done really, or something that you haven't heard before personally. Because I mean, if you're hip to the music scene and the underground music scene, you ain't heard it, then like, that'd be kind of my.
Yeah.
That's where I went anyway. So
yeah, for you to be in Memphis and do a song like that, it's definitely different.
Yeah, it definitely
like,
turned a lot of heads like over here with that kind of stuff. They always first question like, "Whoa, where'd you come from?" Like, where?
Oh yeah,
that's the first.
It's like I already know, like you couldn't be.
Yeah.
Because even with the video, I didn't even think that was done in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking that was done somewhere else, but y'all made this shit look good as a motherfucker. Like y'all made the city look like you tell, oh, I shot that in Memphis. Y'all made the city look real good in that motherfucker. So I fuck with it. What would you say the downside to making music?
I mean, everything got a downside, but if it's worth it, it's not really, you're not gonna see the downsides really. But like, I guess the time taking up a lot of time and stuff. But at the end of the day, though, I mean, a lot of people I know that's not, regular people that's not doing music, a lot of times is like, bullshit with their time anyway. So it's like, it's not really taking time away from life or anything,
I got you.
But that's one of them, though.
So would you sign to a label?
Signed to a label?
Yeah.
It would definitely depend on what's on the contract,
Yeah.
It would definitely depend on what's going on with the deal. I'd be open to it if it wasn't like, I'd be open to opportunities for sure, just because,
They got independent labels and they got major labels.
Yeah.
Which one you will sign to?
Yeah, probably independent label.
Yeah.
Something that
After that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see, but something though, with your style, I can see a major label picking you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I would be open to any opportunity, if it's going to further my career, but I just, definitely be careful about stuff like that, because,
Yeah, because it just all depends.
But if I'm trying to be like, a household name and be like kind of mainstream, it definitely would be on the table for sure.
Oh, yeah. So, question I just got to ask you. What would you do with your first $1 million?
First $1 million? Yeah, I got rental properties, Yeah, I'm gonna have whole apartment complexes. Yeah, I'm gonna be investing all that shit.
Okay, shit.
I ain't breaking nothing till it's like, yeah, I'll spend the cash flow that gets created out of the investments first before I just blow it like most of these, you know.
Putting the money into investments to make that money back, and once you start making money back, revenue and money, then.
Yeah, facts. Because people be getting like their first, you know, whatever it may be, especially off like a deal or something like that. They'll go like blow it, thinking that's just endless or something, you know.
Yeah, and it really ain't. Okay.
So yeah, financial literacy is important for sure.
I definitely. So you done did a lot of research on this, what you wanted to do. Like if this opportunity hit, you did research on all that.
Yeah, I've always been kind of into like just different entrepreneurial avenues and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any side hustles right now?
Yeah, I mean, I got like, you know, small investments, things like that. That's something like rental cars, and yeah, that's really about it. Nah, I dropped that a minute ago. Whenever I like had to start, you know, putting my time like really, you know, because if you especially being a kid, you know, coming up, and there's not a lot of good engineers in the area, especially like I'm one of the best one from where I'm from, or the best one probably, I'd say, and everybody's trying to like take advantage of you. You know, people that know you trying to get free studio time, you know, trying to whatever. And I'm like, bro, I got shit to like, you know, gotta get to it. So no, I stopped doing that a minute ago.
Do the people where you from, do they still fuck with your music now?
Yeah, for sure.
Heavy. Like heavy. Okay. What would you say your fan base really come from? Is it mostly from up there or down here?
I mean, everyone down here though has gave me like, you know, really good feedback. So I know people down here fuck with it too. People up there fuck with it, but you know, a lot of cities, a few you know, major cities in the country is where I get a lot of my streams from. Like, that's crazy. You say you're from Seattle. I get a lot of streams from Seattle. Actually, that's a big city for my music. Is Seattle actually? I noticed that. Dallas, you know, like LA. Those are a couple of the big ones.
Yeah, that means somebody watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know who, but somebody watching. All right, so what would you say you got your sound from? Like, where do your sound come from?
Yeah, so my sound, you know, like I was saying, how I just been in so many different genres and just tried a lot of stuff out. I have a lot of like, I take inspiration from a lot of different genres, like, you know, pop punk I used to really fuck with growing up. So that's, you know, that, couple bands from that era, and then like, you know, obviously like the current day hip hop, just modern hip hop I really fuck with, and then, you know, a little bit of like electronic music and stuff, EDM, and you know, maybe a little bit of pop, but mostly, yeah, that's where I get most of my sounds from, yeah. Okay. And just kind of combining it all into my own, like, you know, sound there, and just creating like just an abstract genre for real with all that put together.
Yeah. So you engineer all your music, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So with you engineering, like, do you remember the first time you started engineering? Like, take us through the steps of like when you first started engineering, like your first time in the studio engineering yourself.
Damn, yeah, it's been a minute. I just know I was in high school and I was making beats for my friends, and they was getting all the attention for it. I'm like, yo, I engineered this, like, you know, this is my equipment that we use, you know, but it's whatever. I was like, all right, I'll record something, and, you know, let me see what I can do. So I just recorded at home with my little laptop. I want to say low key, I think I recorded my first song on like headphones, or like a Yeti, or not a Yeti, a Snowball. Yeah, the Snowball, you know, like them, what the gamers was using back to around that time.
Oh, damn, okay, yeah, you doing it.
Yeah, for sure. And then I, you know, just YouTube videos. That's what I be telling everyone. Like, you can learn anything you want on YouTube. I learned everything, all that on YouTube. Yeah. I didn't have, you know.
Yeah. So. Have you ever thought about just going to school to do engineering?
Yeah, I did think about that. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do at first, for real. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I mean,
I know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it rather than, you know, I'm already doing it. I feel like I wanna, you know.
Yeah, you wanna give a shout out to anybody, you know, family, friends, you know, supporters, all that.
Yeah. Shout out the gang. Shout out my guys.
Gang. Yeah. gang.
Shout out my girl. Shout out my parents. Shout out my dad, for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay. Dang, you still got pops around. He support that. Support it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Me and my dad is getting pretty close now. Actually, you know, that's a unique situation too. I never been with my dad for a while. I got, you know, I haven't really seen him. I seen him the first time like a few years ago since I was like 3. And
okay.
it's actually, I had like my first Thanksgiving with him actually this Thanksgiving since I was like a kid.
Okay.
Like 3. So yeah, it's been really fire though for sure. Just like having that interaction.
Yeah. Are you big on collabing with people?
Yeah, I mean, I'll fuck with someone, especially if they, you know, if they kind of hot too, and I can vibe with them. You know, I can hop on it. But I can, like I said, I can hop on anything. So really, if somebody hit me up and they're, you know, pretty good, I'll definitely fuck with them.
Nah, okay. So you ain't never had no trash collab with somebody?
I can't say I haven't, but
You said I can't say I haven't.
but like, you know, just showing love. If it's like a quick little verse, real quick, I can be quick with my stuff, and I'm right there in the crib already, so I could probably, you know, throw something on something real quick. But
Yeah. So I need top 5 favorite art. I gotta do favorite artists because you're so diverse, so I can't just put you in one genre. So top 5 favorite artists of all time, dead or alive.
yeah, definitely the first one is Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD for sure, greatest of all time. And then I'd say MGK too. I like MGK. He'd probably be in the top 5, not in any like, you know,
He's
order.
from
But
Ohio though.
yeah, he's from Ohio too. So yeah, he's from Ohio too. I fuck with that. And then you know, Uzi,
Okay.
Trippy. I think right now Yeet is in my top 5 though for sure.
Okay.
He's hard. He's blowing up right now. He's definitely taking over.
I heard a lot of people talking.
And then Midwest, if you heard of him, he does hyper pop. If y'all want to look up like some more good examples of like what that sounds like, he's kind of what gave me the idea for like the hyper pop. That's like a specific kind of beat that's got like a little bit of electronic, you know, music in it with the alternative hip hop beat. It's like a
like
combination.
mixing it all in. Yeah, I feel you.
Introduced me to that.
You know, I got one more question for you. Can you spit?
Yeah, we'll see. Hop on it. I don't really freestyle. Yeah. Feel like I've been selling dope. How I be stacking that dough. Pockets be hitting the gym, putting the work in my pockets swole. Reason that we are not friends, cause you was cool with staying broke. Nigga, I'm tryna have a house up in the hills with like 5 fucking ghosts. I need that Louis, that Gucci, the Prada on every pair of clothes. I'm tryna have a bank look like a phone number, that's a GTA cheat code. What? Montclair bubble on me, you never seen no. Shoot a shit like a free throw. My wrist just caught like 3 bows. When it's cashed out with the rags out, got the bands on me. Hold up, skirt, do the drag race, got the Benz on E. They wasn't there for me, now I'm really just about that cake. All them hating ass niggas who's talking that shit, now I got the bread right in they face. I had to hop in that foreign and go. Put the Montclair on the coat. Put some respect in the cold. That sound got me cold, wet. Dripping so hard, need a boat. Getting so high like I float. Bitch, whoa. And drag lace, got the Benz on E. Yeah, cash out with the racks out, get the Benz, what? Yeah, Benz on me. Just about that cake. All them hating ass niggas who's talking that shit, now I got the bread right in their face. Look like I've been selling dope. What? How I be stacking that dough? Pockets be hitting the gym, putting the work, get my pockets swole. Reason that we are not friends, cause you was cool with staying broke. Nigga, I'm tryna have a house up in the hills with like 5 fucking ghosts. I need that Louis, that Gucci, that Prada on every pair of clothes. I'm tryna have a bank look like a phone number, that's a GTA cheat code. Yeah, Montclair bubble on me, you never seen no. Shoot a shit like a free throw. My wrist just cost like 3 bows. Benz on E. Cash out with the racks out. Get the Benz on me.
Okay, he can spit.
Fuck you talking about? You can speak with Blade. Hey, give me your socials real fast.
Yeah, social indigo.child_XO on all platforms. All socials. Yep, indigo.child_XO. Go find me.
It's Can You Spit, Memphis' hot new music platform.